Okay, great, thank you. Please take your seats, and while you're sauntering to your chair, silence your cell phones, that'd be great. Hey, welcome everybody to the Sarpy County Board of Equalization meeting. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. It's 3 o'clock. We're going to hold this meeting in accordance with the Open Meeting Act rules, which are posted on the north wall of the boardroom. Anyone wishing to speak either during open public comment or on an agenda item, please sign in with our county clerk. And anyone requesting to speak to the board on a specific agenda item is also encouraged to notify the clerk before you come forward. In attendance today, we have all 5 commissioners, our county administrator, Tabby Belushi, is running the show for the clerk's office, our county treasurer's here, and so is our county assessor. If you would, silence your cell phones. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got God in here too soon. Pardon me. Okay, anybody want to talk on the Board of Equalization or talk to the board about any matter? You're welcome to come forward now or wait till a specific agenda item comes up. One item on the consent agenda is the minutes from our last meeting. So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve by Commissioner Klug and a second by Commissioner Burmeister. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, one item on the regular agenda, tax corrections 17765 through 17773. Does anyone have any questions for our county assessor, Dan Pittman, on these corrections?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Klug. Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, item 7 is executive session. We do have a need for an executive session, but I will put the Board of Equalization into recess, and we'll come back and finish that after the Board of Commissioners meeting. So we're going into recess on the Board of Equalization at 3:03. And when you're ready, Tabby. Okay, welcome to the Board of Commissioners meeting. It's March 24th, 2026. It's 3:03. The Nebraska Open Meeting Act rules are on the north wall. I've already given you all the information on public comment, and we'll get right into commissioners and administrator comments, and we'll start with the administrator today.
Oh, okay. Well, no comments, Don. Thank you.
Ladies first. Commissioner Burmeister.
I have none either.
David?
Thank you.
Okay, well, good. I like consensus, which gets us to the consent agenda. And there's 5 items on the consent agenda. Unless any of the commissioners would like to see one of those move to the regular agenda, I'll take a motion to approve as published.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Klug, second by Commissioner Burmeister. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, item 6.1 and 6.2 we'll do together, but we'll vote on them separately, and I'll read them into the record. Resolution 72 is a construction phase services agreement with Hawkins Construction Company settling the guaranteed maximum price for the Southern Sarpy Expressway Project C7725-15 at an amount of $61,666,258.86. 6.2 is Resolution 69, which is Amendment Number 2 with HDR for construction administration services for the Southern Sarpy Expressway, Project Project C-772515 in the amount of $4,757,387. County Administrator, Chief Administrative Officer, I beg your pardon, Bonnie Moore.
Thank you, Commissioner Kelly. Commissioners, because of your vision and leadership, Sarpy County continues to do big things, and today is no exception as we reach a significant milestone in the South Sarpy Expressway project. Before you today are 2 contracts for Phase 1 of the project, a guaranteed maximum price contract with Hawkins Construction in the amount of just under $62 million, and a construction phase services contract with HDR in the amount of $4.7 million. Phase 1 covers construction of the expressway from west of 10th Street to 42nd Street. Hawkins' guaranteed maximum price has been independently reviewed and comes in significantly below early estimates. Hawkins anticipates construction beginning soon with estimated completion of the end of 2027. I'm going to play a portion of a video that will be posted to the Connect Sarpy website. Afterwards, representatives of Hawkins and HDR will be available to answer any questions.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Bonnie? Okay.
Oh, Dawn, I'm going to play this video real quick.
Oh, great, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you.
It's a great video.
A show.
The roadway will primarily be built adjacent to the existing Platteview Road. This design lowers costs, supports emergency response, and allows Platteview Road to function as a frontage road connecting nearby homes and businesses. The expressway project will be controlled access, which means no intersections, turn lanes, or rail crossings. Drivers will enter and exit the expressway using on and off ramps at interchanges, similar to Interstate 80 as opposed to Highway 370. The section in development starts on the eastern edge of the county, near 10th Street. This is where the 4-lane highway transitions to Platteview Road through Hidden Valley Drive. The expressway features 2 lanes in each direction, separated by a 10-foot median with paved shoulders and guardrails in select locations. The speed limit will be 55 miles per hour. The design also includes local access roads for travelers to enter or exit the expressway. The access roads connect with existing roads and can accommodate trails and sidewalks that align with community development plans. With flat elevation and clear visibility, the new roadway will limit areas where vehicles cross paths and help drivers travel safely and efficiently through the area. Drivers can enter and exit the roadway from the north via South 36th Street or from the south at Dyson Hollow Road and South 36th Street. This area will feature an overpass that connects existing roads north and south of the expressway. The design will accommodate stop signs at on-ramps and later traffic signals as traffic volumes increase. At 42nd Street, the expressway will gradually taper back to the existing 2-lane Platteview Road.
Any questions?
Questions for Bonnie? Okay, any comments from the board?
Thank you for the video. It's nice to get the full picture there. I think for the public, that's helpful.
Yeah, it was a nice video.
Yeah. Kudos to our comms team and HDR who put that together.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have a few comments. Very few, but after I make them, I'd like to invite Hawkins Construction and HDR to come up and express any thoughts they might have before we actually vote on it. But this project is, I think as a board, we sit around and we try to think about what we want to be remembered for, what we want to be known for, what's our vision, for the future of Sarpy County. And I know we sat around and strategized, and somebody said, oh, well, we want to be the best county in the state of Nebraska. And I said, well, I don't think that bar's high enough. I said, we want to be one of the best counties in the United States. And a project like this, I think, highlights that we're doing some things right. Because for a county, for a local government to take on a project of this magnitude without raising property taxes, I think speaks volumes of our staff and of our partners that we're going to be able to accomplish that. But it also sends a real serious message to some of our larger partners down at Lincoln in the state and also in the federal government through our congressional delegation that we're serious about improving infrastructure in Sarpy County, because there's a direct correlation between great infrastructure and quality of life. These kind of amenities will allow businesses and residents and other things to pop up along the corridor. And, you know, the one thing that Commissioner Warren always has told me since day one is, you know, Don, growth is coming and there's nothing we can do to stop it, so we better plan for it. So this is just the first phase of a multi-phase project that will probably end up costing somewhere around $1 billion or more. But it's a serious effort on behalf of Sarpy County Board to let people know that we're serious about this, that we believe that this road is the southern bypass for the metropolitan area of Omaha and a regional connector that will give people the opportunity to go directly from I-29 to I-80 without having to transit through the Omaha area, which is super congested. So it'll serve that purpose of taking some of that traffic away from already well-trafficked areas, but also in our own county at Highway 370, which is becoming really overcrowded. It's above capacity for the amount of cars that move on it, and this will give people another opportunity to keep our community a 20-minute community. And I would just say, you know, it's you got to start somewhere, and I'm sure Commissioner Warren would have preferred if we started west and went east. Commissioner Burmeister's glad we're going east to west, and I just like, I want to see the middle get done. That's what I want to see get done, and I will tell you that, you know, the east part with some of the developments that are occurring, I'd like to, you know, publicly thank some of our predecessors, I think, who were visionary. Paul Hartnett, who fought for, while he was in the legislature, Highway 34 and a bridge over the Missouri that aligned just perfectly with our expressway, which was really the catalyst for, hey, this is a good idea. And then some of the city Bellevue leaders, you know, they've got a lot of projects going on that are going to feed into this expressway with their water park and their innovation center. And so, you know, there's just a lot of forward-thinking folks in the local political arena, I think, that deserve some credit that you don't, that you probably won't hear it mentioned, but I think it's worth saying that they deserve our appreciation and our thanks for their work. Now, the sad thing is we're probably all going to be dead before this thing gets finished, okay? Because it's a multi-year project. But the first step's always the most important one. That's why when you all have children, you know, you want a picture of that first baby step, right? So this is our first baby step, and we're as proud as can be. So I'd like to invite Hawkins Construction and HDR up to just say a few words if they'd like. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome.
Greg slowly is agreeing to. I appreciate that we don't have to say anything, but we would like to, with a couple preliminary comments. We're 10 minutes into almost the entire agenda. I do like efficiency, and I do promise we'll try to maintain that same mentality when the project actually starts. And I'll be brief because I think the ribbon cutting's where it's worth celebrating. The work is really yet to start from our perspective, but a great amount of work did occur before we got here today, and I think you spoke very well to it, but there's a couple comments you made I would like to reiterate, particularly when you talk about vision. We're very honored and inspired to be part of this project. It is visionary. We have very few brand new alignments that are built, not just in this state, but nationally. There's a handful of reasons, because there's so many challenges to get a project like this even off the ground. And I think, Commissioner Kelly, you've had well over a decade preaching on this, and it takes persistence. And thank you for your persistence, and congratulations to you that we're getting here. I would like to thank HDR too. The fact that we started down down this road and we're here already with the GMP ready to start. That's also unique. Projects of this nature usually take a little more time, but I think it's a testament to the partnership and the commitment that we have at the county level with our engineering partners that we're able to do this today. So again, I thank you. I would note, I think we kind of skipped an important part here, that this is a CMGC delivery method, so it's not a traditional hard bid project. Sarpy County was the first public entity in the state of Nebraska to use that method for a transportation project. You're now on your third infrastructure project. The first two we were fortunate enough to be part of as well. Again, thank you for letting us be your partner. But that's visionary too. I think that there's a lot of things that the people in this room should be really proud of. It's hard to make first-time decisions. There's a risk element to it. We're thrilled that that risk has been paid off, and I commit to you that we'll continue to. I think you all know me pretty well. You have my cell phone number. You can call me anytime during the thing. I would also tell you, you commented that we hope this is the first leg of the entire project. Unless you tell me otherwise, I continue to stump very hard for this project. I will tell our federal delegation and our state delegation. The county is committed, and that's unique too. And I think this is a real important project, and it's a real project, and this deserves to be seen all the way through. So thank you for making this part of it. I don't know, Craig, if you have anything.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, I'd like to continue on with saying thank you. We started working on this job about 5 or 6 years ago, and talking to several commissioners, felt like, hey, we're not making the progress. Let's get this thing moving. And I said, hey, the way to get this moving is commit construction dollars to that, and that'll get us moving. And that's exactly what you did. And a year later, we're ready to start turning dirt. So just want to say thank you for the partnership. It has been really good. I think the CMGC process really worked well here with the partnerships that we had with Hawkins. Just let us continue to refine the design to optimize and really try to cut some of the construction costs out of this thing. So again, thank you for this opportunity, and look forward to keep on pushing west.
Great, thank you.
Do you have any questions for us?
Any questions? No? Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be working with both your companies, and we're going to make a great team, so thanks. Okay, anything else from the board?
I'm going to make a few comments, and they go back a little bit before. First of all, I want to thank Commissioner Kelly, because Commissioner Kelly has really been the driving force for this project. I mean, we're all with him and behind him, but his persistence is unbelievable in his leadership. So I think we would be, I don't think we would do it justice if we did not really recognize him for that. The other comment I want to make is, way back when the 34 bridge, before it actually got the funding, and Commissioner Kelly made some comments about it, our governor was Governor Heineman, and I remember being in his office. I was the mayor of Bellevue at the time. I want to thank the mayor of Plattsmouth, and I also want to thank the mayor of Gretna, the mayors at that time. And I know it's Paul, I can't remember his last name, and it was Sally from Gretna, because there were 3 projects that needed funding, and Governor Heineman said, only one can be funded. So he basically laid it out that you guys figure it out, and we'll come up with, we'll fund it, and then we'll really try for the other projects later. And to the credit of Mayor of Plattsmouth and the mayor of Gretna, we had conversations, and we said, this bridge is really the most important, and then you'll get the project. And I think you worked on the project also south of Plattsmouth, the Highway 75. So it's really pretty interesting how many years this has been, because that's 15 years ago. And so a little back history as well. So I think it's been a long time coming, and yes, and we're pushing it forward, and hopefully we wouldn't be in our graves, but we probably will, so unfortunately.
Speak for yourselves, guys.
I know there's some younger people in here, but
That's right. Dave brings our average age down 10 years, so all by himself. Anything else?
I would just like to follow up on Gary's comments. Don, your perseverance on this, your leadership on this since before you even got on this board is something you're driving toward. I gotta say, in the time that I've been on this board, getting to see the traction over the last year that this has gained because of the work of the staff here, as well as our private partnerships, has been phenomenal. So congratulations, Don. This is, I would agree with Gary, we're sitting here today where we are because of the work that you've put behind it and the drive that you've put behind it, and along with our staff. So thank you, everybody that's been involved.
Thank you.
My only comment, Don, is I hate long meetings. Why don't you make a motion?
Okay, I'll take it. Go ahead. All right, I'll make a motion to approve item 6.1, which is resolution 72 for construction phase service agreements with Hawkins.
second.
Okay, motion by Kelly and a second by Commissioner Mixon. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, and then on 6.2, I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 69, which is Amendment 2 with HDR for Construction Administrative Services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Burmeister. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
All right, great. Woo-hoo. Now, if I would have just kept my mouth shut, this meeting would have been over. I apologize for that. These guys remind me I talk too much all the time. Okay, item 6.3, Resolution 66, awarding the bid to Straight Line Striping for the striping of county roads at a rate of $25.75 per gallon. This was tabled from last week, March 17th. Zach Hergenrader, County Engineer.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to give the representatives from KCP a chance to come up and address the board. In
Okay.
case they have any comments.
Thank you.
Thank you. We actually do have a statement
Could you
provided.
just state your name for the record, please?
Kristen Busboom.
Okay.
We have a statement that is prepared, but it kind of depends upon their recommendation. So if you guys wouldn't mind hearing that first. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate the representatives from KCP being here today and for putting in a bid on this contract. So Sarpy County Public Works is recommending this contract be awarded to Straight Line Striping, Inc. in the amount of $503,052, of which $182,825 is Sarpy County's share. The remaining amount will be covered by partner communities. While KCP Commercial provided a bid that was $4,884 lower, I have concerns with the information that they provided. My first concern is regarding KCP's lack of experience in striping roadways under traffic conditions. Experience is noted as one of the evaluation factors in the RFP. KCP has experienced striping parking lots for shopping centers and schools, but has not applied striping on a roadway. It's important to note that there's a significant difference between applying short sections of paint on an empty parking lot as opposed to dealing with unpredictable nature of traffic and long stretches of roadway. My second concern is in relation to KCP's current lack of equipment. As stated at the board meeting last week, KCP is planning to purchase road equipment contingent on award of this project. The main equipment they plan to use is a Graco Road Laser Road Pack system. So I reached out to a Graco representative that's been in the striping business for over 30 years and trained countless people on the use of this striping machine to obtain more information on the equipment. From our conversation, this particular machine is typically used for temporary striping. and on shorter stretches of road, not the 761 miles required by this contract. There are also additional components that will need to be installed in order to properly and safely apply roadway striping. The representative also stated that although training sessions are available, it's not as easy as pressing a button and driving down the road. It takes a significant amount of time to properly calibrate the equipment and run and continually adjust throughout the application process. That function is not readily available on the proposed equipment. Each road pack has a 275-gallon capacity, which KCP intends to utilize 2 for their operation. Straight Line currently uses a 900-gallon capacity striping truck, meaning less downtime refilling materials. KCP expects to stripe 20 miles per day, while Straight Line typically completes 35 miles per day. Lastly, getting this work approved has been a collaborative effort between Sarpy County, Cass County, Bellevue, Gretna, La Vista, Papillion, Ralston, and Springfield. Straight Line has provided roadway striping to the partner agencies over the last 3 years, and all are in support of continuing to work with them. We've received comments such as Straight Line has proved to be very reliable and performs quality work. Another official stated that they agree with recommending Straight Line, considering KCP does not have the necessary equipment to perform work under our current traffic conditions and the size of our project. Lastly, an official stated it would not serve any of us well to be a test pilot for an unequipped company. After considering the plan laid out by KCP and reviewing all the available information, Sarpy County Public Works is recommending the striping contract be awarded to Straight Line Striping, Inc. The minimal amount of savings does not outweigh the potential risk of selecting a contractor who has never used the proposed equipment and has no experience striping roadways. It would be in the best interest of the traveling public to select a contractor that has a proven record of experience and safety. Thank you.
Thanks, Zach. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Zach?
The only comment I have, if you're going to quote other people as not supporting this company, I think those people should be identified.
Anything else? Okay. Did you want to make a comment?
All right, so, members of the board, we respectfully submit this response regarding this decision to maintain the prior determination on our roadway striping bid. The basis for disqualification remains unchanged and does not reflect additional evaluation of the information that we have provided. Responsibility must be determined through verifiable criteria such as operational planning, equipment readiness, staffing, safety procedures, and financial capability. We have demonstrated all of the above and have submitted this documentation to the Planning Department, Purchasing Department, and the board. The documentation submitted includes a traffic control plan developed in compliance with MUTCD and NDOT standards. We have completed NDOT flagger certification and a production plan demonstrating our ability to complete 20 miles of striping per day per truck, utilizing 2 striping units for a total of 40 miles per day. At that rate, the full 761 miles can be completed in approximately 19 to 20 working days. In response to the comment regarding lack of prior experience, it should be clearly stated that the roadway striping and parking lot striping are not different trades. They are simply the same operation applied at different scales. Both require the same equipment, the same materials, the same core competencies, surface preparation, line control, and precise application of paint. Operators perform identical functions, maintaining consistent line width, thickness, and alignment according to specification. The only difference is the environment, not the skill. From a capability standpoint, a contractor experienced in parking lot striping already possesses the fundamental skills required to perform roadway striping. This is a difference in project size, not a difference in qualification. Additionally, based on county records from the past 3 months, there have been multiple instances where contracts were awarded to the lowest bidder in accordance with standards, standard competitive bidding procedures. Given that precedent, we respectfully ask what has changed in this case. Consistency in the application of the lowest responsible bidder standard is critical to maintaining fairness, transparency, and confidence in bidding process. Secure Asset Holdings, KCP Commercial, is ready to perform this work safely, efficiently, and in full compliance with all specifications. We respectfully ask that this decision reflect the same standards that have been consistently applied in prior awards, ensuring fairness and integrity in the bidding process. Thank you.
You mentioned something about I thought it was NDOT certification.
The Flagger certification, it should be in the paperwork that you guys got, yeah.
Can you kind of explain to me what that is?
So basically, when you have to shut down like a two-lane highway or something like that, and you have to have a flagger that, you know, basically directs traffic, we have completed the certification to do that safely.
So this just certifies the flaggers, not the equipment operator?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So, and then you also said that you were gonna be able to pave 20 miles of road per truck? How many trucks do you own?
We're gonna get 2.
You're gonna get 2?
Yes.
Okay, and so how much does a truck cost?
The truck, it would be just a flatbed that it would come used, so it kind of depends. But the equipment that we put on it is about $60,000 per equipment.
So you can paint a center line of a highway with a flatbed truck?
Yes, with the package that you apply to the flatbed.
Okay. So that would be 40 miles a day?
Yes.
And what was the requirement from the county engineer? Huh? There's no requirement, so many lane miles per day? Okay. Okay, so this is just a theoretical question, okay? So you're providing a service, right? It's called paint striping, right? So I've been in the contract business for almost 20 years, and I've been on the source selection side of a contract award, and I've been on the proposal side of a contract award. And I have never, in my time, and these are services contracts, awarded a contract or been awarded a contract without having any past performance. Because if I don't have past performance, how do I mitigate the risk to the customer that I can perform the duties that are required? I have no basis of guarantee.
Sure.
I mean, and this is probably a stretch, but it's analogous if I went out and bought a machine that would allow me to do an MRI, would you let me do an MRI? No, because I'm not trained, I don't have experience, and I may be able to operate the equipment with training, but not at a level of proficiency that would take away all the risk to the patient.
And with all due respect, that is absolutely true. But we are paint stripers, and the machines and the equipment that we use is the same.
But
it is a larger.
It is, but you don't even own the equipment today.
You're right. We don't.
So how do you mitigate my risk that you guys are going to do a great job? How are you going to mitigate?
We have insurance. We have a performance bond that is required for 100% of the quote for the bid. And yeah, if we don't do the job that is set forth, you absolutely have no reason to pay us. That's the risk mitigation.
I mean, I'm very empathetic to you, because I think your colleague made a comment. Well, how do you become a paint striping company if you're not allowed to stripe paint? You know, I get that to a degree, but what I've seen, at least in other kinds of services contract, is when a company starts out, they get the experience first. And they either get it through direct work for another contracting company, or they subcontract to a larger company that allows them to learn the trade, to be mentored under the watchful eye of a prime that's name is on a contract, and they want to make sure the work is done. But without that, there's really no assurance from a county perspective that this will end well, because there's no performance to base it on.
No, and that's the thing, is you said it. We can't become a road striper without first getting a road striping job. But also, I mean, you technically don't have assurances with any company. Yeah, you might have used them before, but things can happen. Things can change.
Well, and that's always the case. But some of the risk is mitigated when you can look at some of the prior work they've done and review the results You know, I will tell you this, we've awarded hundreds of contracts in here, and I have never seen, this is almost an existential threat to a company if you levy damages against them because their work wasn't done correctly or whatever. I mean, that's an existential threat to a construction company, because when you put that, there's so many good construction companies out there, it makes them non-competitive moving forward. And they will fight you to the death, because it essentially is the death of their company if they screw it up. And you can talk about bonding and all that and that insurance, but that doesn't mitigate the fact that there's no experience for us to look at or rely on to tell us that you can do what you claim you can do. You don't even own the equipment.
Which a lot of businesses and companies don't purchase equipment. I mean, there would be no reason for me to purchase a road striping machine if I don't have a road striping
I don't have a
job.
problem with people not owning their equipment, but I do have a problem with them never operating it before. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, we're the third fastest growing county in the state. And we're also working with our municipalities on this. There's a lot of risk for us to award a contract to somebody with no past performance, and in fact, no equipment, nor no specific training at this point. It's a big ask.
It is.
And so I'm only framing this for you because I think, for me, if I was to advise your company, and it would be to get the experience any way you can, put skin in the game, buy the equipment, hook yourself up to a large contractor I mean, a lot of these contracts that are let, especially in the federal and state marketplace, they require small business participation. They require that the prime contractor allocate a percentage of the work to a sub. So it's in the best interest, of the large company to bring on an up-and-coming, hungry company like yours that wants to do great work but just needs the opportunity.
Yeah.
But for the county to award a contract of this magnitude to a company with no experience is just a huge ask, and I can't put the taxpayers' dollars at risk by approving that. For me, for just me personally.
Yeah.
And again,
respect that.
I have a different perspective because I've been in the contracting business for a long time. That's what I do in my civil sector job when I'm not doing this government stuff. That's all I do is contracts. That's all I do. As a matter of fact, hundreds of them, literally hundreds. So, I think I've got a little bit of insight here that maybe the rest of the board might or might not have, but I think I wanted to say it, not to make you feel bad, because I think you guys are probably going to be a great company, because you look like you got the right tools in place, the right people in place, the want to in place, but you got to get the experience. That's how you mitigate risk to your customer. You say, look, you don't have to take my word for it. Ask them. We did this work for them.
Yeah.
But you can't show me any of that. And I don't know, I'm not a painter, but I think what the county engineer has told me, that striping parking lots is different than striping roads, probably has some merit. So I don't think they're equal. And when I looked at the source selection or the contract criteria, it states right in there past performance. That's one of the selection criteria.
Sure.
So.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you for coming out and for sharing the information with us. We often have to make decisions on things we don't know everything about. So we appreciate you coming forward and giving us the other perspective. Even if the vote doesn't go that way, it's important that we have the information. It helps us make better decisions. It's good when we have competitive bidding, and there were only 3 bids here. So we appreciate you bidding on the project and coming forward and giving us that information, even though sometimes it feels uncomfortable. But we appreciate having it. It's important in this kind of decision-making that we do. For me, probably a bigger factor is, the experience is a factor, but the fact that we're partnering with all these other municipalities is a big consideration, and so we're weighing other opinions as well. I also encourage you to, see if you can get some experience on maybe a smaller project just to get your foot in the game. I understand that's hard because it requires purchasing equipment that you might not use for something else. So I understand the complexity there and the difficulty, but we appreciate you coming out and bidding on the project.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to just ask you a question, and I'm probably going to give you a piece of advice. And not anything to do, have you ever, on the bond and the insurance, have you ever failed on any of your projects?
No.
Okay. All right. And I think the point that I want to make, and Commissioner Kelly was making this point, is if you take on this project and you fail, we understand the bond and everything, but he makes a very good point about it almost could be the kiss of death of your company if you would not be able to execute this contract. And so I think, and some other items were mentioned, Commissioner Burmeister as well. I know sometimes it's a challenge. Okay, I need to get experience. I need to have that. And I don't know your business per se of how to get that, but obviously I think go get that experience. And yes, I agree, you can do a lot of things, but if you take, if you were awarded this job and you failed with this job, it could also take you down totally. So sometimes there's, and I think the biggest point here is we need to mitigate our risk with taxpayer money as well. I know you were the low bidder. I understand all that. I hope you take everything that we've said and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I will. I think if you got the job, you do it, and you do a darn good job on it, because I like your want to, and I like your experience. I've talked with you personally about those. You've got them both. And if I'm kind of hearing, I don't think I'd even have a second, but I'd make a motion that you guys get the job. And I don't know if anybody would want to speak up and say they'd be interested in the second, but I'd love to make that motion. If not, I'm going to sit back and see what motion comes out of it. I like your want to.
Thank you.
Is there anybody here from Straight Line Services?
I don't know.
Well, there's the desire.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So is that a motion?
No, I'm waiting to see if there's anyone willing to second it, because I don't want to sit here and have it wait out and stretch his meeting out more, waiting for a second. That's not going to happen. So if there is no second, I'll just sit back and wait and vote.
Okay, so we don't have a motion, but I'll take a motion if anybody wants to make one. I'll make a motion then, while you guys are thinking about it, to accept the county engineer's recommendation and award the contract as proposed.
Second.
Okay, discussion. Okay, please vote.
Motion passed. Motion passed.
Okay. I think there's no need for an executive session, so all the agenda items have been addressed as published, and the County Board of Commissioners is adjourned. And we'll return back into session real quick so we can finish up the BOE, which we went into recess at 3:03. So that brings us back into agenda item 7.1, pending litigation.
For the protection of the public interest, I move that we go into executive session to discuss pending litigation.
Second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Kaluk, second by Commissioner Burmeister. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
You knew, you should have. It's all your fault. Yeah, nice.
I knew I was
You
going to
ready?
get that from you.
Okay, it's now 4:28. At 3:45, we went into executive session where our discussion was restricted to pending litigation. I need a motion to return to the regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mixon and a second by Commissioner Burmeister. Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, all agenda items have been addressed as published, and the Board of Equalization is adjourned.